Certainly, Manchester United. A very warm welcome to you, sport lovers across the globe. Welcome to Mega Sports on Omega 101.7 FM, our radio, your own radio. The Friday edition of the show. The weekend is gradually approaching us. Quickly look at our top stories this sporting morning. Roger Federer announces retirement from tennis. Updates from the NFL elections will be coming your way this morning. The League Management Committee is set to resolve its license issues. Pablo Gavi signs new contract for Barcelona. Sancho and Ronaldo secure win for Manchester United, and we'll be giving you results and fixtures to come your way as matches are going to hit our doorsteps. Well, it is Imuna who will be piloting this plane, moving 360 degrees across the world of sports this morning. We'll be telling you everything you need to know. I'm not alone in the building. I have Benjamin, who is always a regular player. Benjamin, good morning to you.
Good morning, Muna. Good morning, sport lovers across the globe. Good morning, listeners of Omega Sport on Omega 101.7 FM. It's another time where we discuss sports, everything that has to do with the world of sports. Welcome on board.
Oh, definitely, you are absolutely welcome on board this morning. We will be starting off from the camp of tennis this morning, instead of from the boxing arena. But do not forget, tomorrow is the long-awaited encounter between Saul Canelo Alvarez and Gennady Golovkin for their trilogy encounter for the WBA, WBC, IBF, and WBO super middleweight titles between both those men. But moving on this morning to the tennis arena, we will be talking about Roger Federer. Federer has finally announced his retirement from pro tennis after a legendary career. Remember, he's a Swiss international, 41 years of age. He went on a one-year injury after Wimbledon in 2021, and that is the injury that has made him say, I think my body is beginning to tell me that this is what I should actually be doing. Remember, Roger Federer is the only man to be able, yes, he's the only man that has come in between the rivalry of Rafael Nadal and Novak Djokovic. He even has a special rivalry with Rafael Nadal, despite the fact both of them are friends.
Well, let's say the legends are gradually leaving us in the world of tennis. We have seen Serena Williams left, and then next person that is going to leave now is Roger Federer. So, he has given everything in the world of tennis. I think he turned pro in 1998. That is about 24 years now, if I'm not mistaken, 24 or thereabout. So he has done his work. He has done his work in the world of tennis. Let's not forget that in terms of let's say titles, he has won it. Or
he has 20 titles, 20 Grand Slam titles.
And that 20 Grand Slam, I think it's only Novak Djokovic or
he is the third in the ranking. The first is Rafael Nadal, 22. Novak Djokovic, 21. Then Roger Federer, 20.
That shows that, and let's not forget that he ended the world number one as the world number one 5 times, the highest in the tennis history, and he won. It was world number one 237 consecutive weeks, almost a year, and stayed in as one number one 310 times in a whole. So yeah, in terms of US Open, he has won it. He has won 8 Wimbledon titles. 8. That is incredible. So the Swiss international has really done us proud. I really can't let's say I don't have words to describe him because he's a legend. The legend. I think when it comes to male tennis, my father that I'm a fan of Novak Djokovic, but Roger Federer has a special place when it comes to the world of tennis. You can't
everybody loves Djokovic. Everybody loves Federer.
He's a legend in the world of tennis. And again, the fact that he was able to compete when, let's say, the US or the US and the people from the top 5 let's say European teams like France, Germany, Britain, and then they were let's say dominating the sport. And then a Swiss international coming there to break that jinx, to at least to dominate that world. That was in the 2010s. It was all Federer. Nobody could.
It was all Federer. Yes.
So but when the likes of Djokovic and Nadal.
And funny enough, when it was all Federer, it was Rafael Nadal that ended Roger Federer's winning streak. It was Rafael Nadal.
Not only Rafael Nadal, it was Novak Djokovic also came into the mix.
Yes, and that was then Novak Djokovic came into the picture.
And then you began to see the decline of Roger Federer. So he has really given it all in the world of tennis. We can only hope him and wish him best. He has come out to say, no, I'm not putting tennis when it comes to playing, but I'm not going to compete in a top.
Professional, yes.
I'm not going to turn professional. They're just going to be friendlies and exhibition matches. So I wish him luck in his career.
Definitely, we will wish Roger Federer luck because he had a special rivalry with Rafael Nadal despite both of them being friends, Rafael Nadal was able to come out yesterday and he sent an emotional letter to Roger Federer, and it reads, "Dear Roger, my friend and rival, I wish this day had never come. It is a sad day for me personally and for sports around the world. It has been a pleasure, but also an honor and a privilege to share all these years with you, living so many incredible moments on and off the court. We will have many more moments to share together in the future. There are still many things to do together. We know that. For now, I really wish you all the happiness with your wife, Mirka, and your children, your family, and enjoy what lies ahead. I will see you in London at the Lava Cup."
And see, that is something about sports. You don't play sport on your life. You have to like at least call it quits someday. We have seen it in for legends in all sports, in football, in boxing, even in tennis. So good one for them. The fact that Rafael Nadal was able to admit that, okay, yes, you were my rival, but you were still a friend to me. I wish you good luck. So good one, and that shows that sports should not be all about like rivalry. Sometimes you set aside rivalry and then you come up with a compassionate ground and then wish them, will I say, your opponents good luck. Roger Federer has given it all. I know what to describe him. He's a legend. In fact, the ATP, every other tennis bodies have come out to say, okay, yes, you are a legend. You really gave it all in the world of tennis. So even the fans, social media pages are really buzzing because fans all over the world are coming to call him great, to call him legend. Even Serena Williams have also sent him and let's say a congratulatory letter. Even let's say football athletes from other sports, I really wish him good luck. So he's a legend, not only in tennis, but also in the world of sports.
Definitely, he is a legend. Roger Federer had surgery to repair his damaged meniscus and cartilage in his right knee, and that kept him out of action for 1.5 years. So that was how it stood for Roger Federer. But he has come out to say the last professional time we are going to see Roger Federer on the court is at the Lava Cup, which will be played in London next week. So that is the last time we will see the Swiss international Roger Federer take stage at the cup. Remember, he is a father of twins, 2 girls and 2 boys. Both are twins. So that is a very big one for him.
Well, I think the next person to retire is going to be Rafael Nadal.
It will be Rafael. It is gradually happening.
I don't see Djokovic retiring at least the next 5 years.
No, Djokovic is still a young man who can still go on.
The next person is going to be Rafael Nadal, and that shows that we are about to see the end of an era because Roger Federer has gone now. The next person is going to be Nadal, and then last person is going to be Djokovic. So and
Djokovic still has time. He still has time.
I say last person because I still have like over let's say 5 years to 6 years, or I don't see him playing 10 years. I don't see him, to be sincere. I don't see Djokovic playing 10 years. And I would have added Murray in the mix and the Murray, but Murray has not shown that he is that legend that you want can classify.
You can still call him a legend.
So I won't call him legend.
That is you.
A great player, but not a legend. So that is it.
No problem. Let us see how it is going to go. Our fair wishes are going to Roger Federer, the Swiss international, calling it a bow after the Lava Cup in London next week. Still talking about tennis this morning. The Davis Cup is currently ongoing. Round of matches were played yesterday. Tommy Paul defeated Daniel Evans in their encounter. Taylor Fritz lost to Cameron Norrie, the British sensation. I'm also to tell you that Borna Coric lost to Matteo Berrettini in their encounter on the 14th of September, which was 2 days ago. Yesterday, we were able to see another round of match at the Davis Cup. Tommy Paul was able to win his countermatch. Benjamin Bonzi lost to Alex de Minaur. Borna Coric in action again won Mikel Yema in their action. Taylor Fritz was able to defeat Alexander Bublik in their encounter. Still talking about tennis, Emma Raducanu lost at the Slovenian Open yesterday, which was very, very, very sad. Emma Raducanu is still not there. I keep asking the question, she winning the US Open in 2021, don't you think it was just by mere luck?
Well, I feel it was not it was not luck, because then she really showed that she has what a potential in her. But I don't know what has happened to her. She has really gone down in terms of creativity. I told you that last time when she won the first match at the Slovenian Open, I told you that it's not going to be. Let's not give her conclude there that she has arrived, because that was her first match. And the worst was that you didn't even have the likes of Iga Swiatek and some other great players in that tournament, and she ended up losing still that same Slovenian tournament, which everybody feel that, okay, yes, this is yours to lose, and then she ends up messing it up.
Has to win. It is has to win.
Well, okay, let me use that.
Yeah, it is has to win.
But the issue now is this: you lost the Slovenian Open. You didn't even reach the final, and then that shows that you have something to work on. I feel that Raducanu needs to perhaps replace a coach, or get let's say fitness trainer, get somebody, a psychologist who can tell her, come on, girl, you need to ensure that consistency. So I feel that if she goes on like this, she might very soon maybe fade off like Andy Murray.
Let us see how it go, but we pray that. I don't know why you're using Andy Murray as such an example. Because Andy Murray is a big shot.
Well, you call Andy Murray a shot, but I don't classify him as that. I will classify him, okay, let me use the footballer. I'll classify the likes of, let's say, Adnan Januzaj, who was a sensation when he was young, at a young age at Manchester United. But after all the hyping by the British media, what happened? He ended up flopping. In fact,
I don't know if you have an issue with Andy Murray, but
what I'm saying is that he has not lived up to expectations.
Well, the thing is, good and fine, he might have not lived up to expectations, but Andy Murray, he is a sensational tennis player. But that is, by the way, for the camp of tennis this morning. Davis Cup ongoing. Roger Federer saying that it is time for me to take a bow from professional tennis. Now, coming down to Africa this morning, we're still anticipating NFF elections. But now, what we need to understand this morning is there is a different turn that the NFF elections is looking to take a turn into. Now, the thing is, for the post of the first vice president, it has been noticed that the names nominated are people from the Southeast, which brings us to a very big question this morning. If everyone nominated for the post of the first vice president, there are Chief Felix Anisi Ugu, you have Senator Obinna Ogba and Mr. Chinedu Okoye, all from the Southeast. Is there any possibility of the president of NFF being given to a Northerner? Because when you look at this very closely, the post of vice president, all the nominees are from the Southeast. Therefore, the post of the NFF president, good and fine, Peter Said Ida and Christian Emeruwa are the major two men from the Southeast that are here. But the chances are slim going up against other carnivals. So because now, recently, 2 days ago, if I'm not mistaken, there was a get-together that was done by one of the aspirants trying to tell that, okay, yes, this is what I will do. No, it is not more like an electoral, a campaign now. It is just a get-together of calling people together. You get that kind of a thing. Now, this brings us to the question, are we trying to see underground games being played before the main election?
Well, I won't call it underground games, because one thing I see Muna in this election, I always write off the issue of zoning, because I think you are trying to like portray. I may be mistaken. Maybe you're trying to portray. Okay, yes, the Southeast have maybe gang up to take the post of the.
No. You're mistaking me. I'm not saying the Southeast are trying. Yes, I'm not saying the South are trying, but the way they've been, okay, let's say the way they've been seeded, it's looking like they want to give the first vice president to the Southeast, and the NFF presidency goes to the northern side. Remember that we've been saying this, stakeholders, many persons have been saying this, that there might be something like this that might happen at this election, and it will not be good for us. It should be equal. Let us choose the right candidate, the best person to be in this position.
Like I always say, East, West, North, and South. What we all want is just the best person, someone creative, someone that has the wisdom to take us to the promised land. See, the issue is this: did any Northerner or any person from other regions, did anybody indicate that yes, I want to come out for the first vice president, and the person was not allowed to do so? The issue is this, that no indication from there. The only people that indicated were from the South, and I feel that it shouldn't be an issue. So whoever is saying, okay, yes, and the Southeast or perhaps the southern part are the one taking the vice president, and then maybe they are trying to play on that ground game. I don't see it that way.
Okay, you don't see it that way.
Yes, I see that. Okay, yes, that no Northerner perhaps feel that
declared interest,
maybe declared interest in the first vice president position, and then we're all going for the presidential position.
Okay,
and then see, Muna, whether one thing about I always say this. I don't appreciate the word zoning. It sounds irritating to my ear. I don't know. I don't just understand why. I don't know. I hate that word. I sincerely hate that word zoning, because zoning has been one of the issues that have affected sports. Even in all levels of sport, whether state level, whether regional level or national level, it has affected us. Even in the Super Eagles, you see people say, "Oh, okay, yes, and the selection are basically from the south. Okay, let you infuse some northern players, you end up going there and performing woefully. Even we have seen it. See, I always say this: if your first 11 players will be from the north, but those northern players can give you the results you want, go with it. After we are all representing one Nigeria, even from the south, let's say the Super Falcons, all the players that will be from the south. Let us go with them. After all, the end justify the means. We want to get that result. So this election, whether a northerner wins or a southerner wins, as the president or the vice president, it does not really matter. What matters is that we should elect the people who are good in doing the job, who can at least be honest and creative enough to at least give us that thing and that dream we have been desiring. Because this year, I always repeat it, has been very terrible for Nigerian football. Let me not say in sports in general, because we all know that sport we did well in some aspect and did do well in some aspect. But in football, that been terrible. The Super Falcons performed woefully. When I say even the Olympics ticket was taken away from them, given to Mali, and then you have Super Eagles losing out of the World Cup qualifiers. You have the Chan Eagles losing out from the African Nations Championship. In fact, it has been a terrible year for Nigeria in the world of football. So we need people who can at least give us that dedication, that wisdom to take us to that place which we desire. So I don't care whether it's from the north, from the east, or from the west. Any person that can do the job should do the job.
Let us see how it go. Anybody who can do the job should be the best for the better. Now, moving over from the NFL election. Now, the league management committee, remember, they are still under trial from the federal government. Now, we have news saying that police have already sealed off the LMC office at this point, and it is not looking good for the league management committee.
Well, yesterday when I followed the story, I was like, are we sure that the MPFL will resume this season?
It is
a big question, because with everything I know, one thing about Nigerian let's say trial is that it takes long. Maybe a trial that you feel that can take at least 1 week, maybe before the end of this month, everything will be sorted out, and then you get a new sponsor, a new organizer. You ever know that the trial might extend to the end of this year? So it's not looking good for MPFL league, even the NNL. We might not even see it resuming this year. And you know the repercussion. The CAF, our CAF, when I say
CAF Champions League, our representatives.
The issue that they will not partake again. Then the people who are going for Confederation Cup, like likes of Equa United and Remo Stars, they will be kicked out of the tournament. So it's going to portray. This is that I see the repeat of what happened to the Tigers.
The Tigers,
yes, they were kicked out because of this same issue.
Yes.
Then it's going to happen to if our championship contingents and the Confederation Cup contingents, if this is not resolved. So, and with the way it's looking at, I don't see them resolve this year, because you just mentioned right now that the police have sealed off the building, and Muna, this case will drag long.
But the thing now is, looking at the fact that yes, the interim management committee has already been brought in. Is there any hope for us to say that okay, yes, this interim management committee would at least bring stability while the LMC is trying to resolve their license?
Well, you know the issue about the interim management committee. The issue is will the clubs accept it? That's the big question. It's one thing to say this committee should be in charge of the league. Now another thing for the club to say okay, yes, we want to accept this committee to be our organizer. The clubs have not come out to say yes, we want to. They still they're still looking in the direction of the LMC, the league management company, and then company or committee, whichever the case may be. So the issue is this. If the league will only start if all the 20 clubs in MPFL and the NNL say okay, yes, we accept the interim committee to work with them. If they don't accept, Muna is going to drag to the end of this year, and it's going to portray a bad one, because very soon the CAF Championship will start. Very soon, Confederation Cup will start before the end of this month. And once they start, and we're not able to resolve this issue, what CAF will surely do is this: they'll tell Nigeria, okay, yes,
you're not organized.
Internal issues. And then when you come, maybe perhaps next year, you partake. So it's going to be we have not even been doing good in the CAF Championship for some time, and then coming up again, it's going to be so depressing, not to the club but also to the players as well.
Well, let us see how it will go for us, because it is very, very sad. But we hope that the case that happened to the Tigers is not about to happen again. Now, moving over from that story, now we have good news saying you that Zanaco, Zambian Giant, they are a top team in the Zambian League. Zanaco have appointed former Golden Eagles, Flying Eagles, and Super Eagles coach Emmanuel Amunike as their head coach. Now, Amunike, remember, he was able to do the unthinkable with Tanzania in 2019, where he led them to their first AFCON competition since 1980 and in Egypt. So, looking at it now, are we going to see Emmanuel Amunike repeat the same feat at Zanaco? Because now the thing is that Zanaco, the last time they won the FAZ Super League was 6 years ago, but they have been able to win 4 matches. They are currently ninth on the 18 league table with only 4 matches played so far this season. They have been champions in the past, but if you look at the team, they will be looking at eyeing for that FAZ Super League, which they won 6 years. Do you see Emmanuel Amunike doing that which he did with Tanzania?
Well, for some time now, our ex-footballers have not really gotten it right when it comes to coaching.
But Amunike has been a different case.
We have seen like some Oxen Egwabon doing, not doing so well at the AFCON. We have seen the likes of some sincere here, Sunday Olise, being sacked from their respective clubs, and then another person is Emmanuel going out. Okay, let me give the shot at the Zambian Football League. And well, I wish him the best of luck, but the issue is this: one thing about me is this: I'm always optimistic when it comes to let's say coaching. So I don't want to believe that what happened to Sondolise, Sam Sisi, and Oscar Gabon will surely happen to Emmanuel Amunike. So I just wish him the best of luck. But the issue is this: for me, I believe that if he does well in the Zambian League, it's going to be a matter of time before other clubs, top sides, will come calling for him. So he should go there, do his best, and show that yes, he brings a Nigerian winning mentality. He's a legend. He's a legend. He's a winner. He has done some pundit work for some time. He has played in the football, the game. He has played in top side, even in Barcelona. So he's a very, let's say, a creative player and a wise person. So I believe that he can do well for Zanaco in the Zambian League. My issue is this: let him go there, represent us well, and perhaps come back. Let's see whether we can give him the job at the Super Eagles coach.
Let us see if the job of Super Eagles will further anyway, because Pesero is still the manager despite everything. But we will hope that Emmanuel Amunike will do well with Zanaco, because when you look at his CV, he has been able to do well with the Golden Eagles, the Flying Eagles as well. Do not forget, it was with the Super Eagles under the tenure of Austin Eguavoen. But now looking at it, he is currently the head coach of Zanaco FC in the Zambian League. So we hope that he is going to do excellently well. Do not forget that Super Eagles will we are going to be taking on Algeria on the 27th of September in a friendly encounter. And now, Super Eagles first assistant coach, Finidi George, has come out to say that he is hopeful that Victor Osimhen can feature for Nigeria when we'll take on Algeria. Now, the big question is there any justification in trying to risk Osimhen playing this encounter against Algeria? Is it not best you allow him heal very well, let him get his form well while on injury, do everything, come back and be in fine shape while you test other players? It is not a do or die affair.
I feel that you are right, Muna, by saying that Victor Osimhen is a player, is a quality player. He's someone that is passionate when it comes to national team. But I feel it's going to be too early for him to be rushed, because he suffered that injury in Napoli's game against Liverpool. So yes, he has not really recovered, and he has been ruled out for some weeks. So if the club Napoli, with all their sophisticated medical equipment, we don't have quality doctors, can say, okay, because we need some rest at least for maybe a month, and then you come out as a nation saying that maybe the interim coach saying that, okay, you want to play. I don't think we are not. See, to be sincere, this match is not a do or die. It's a friendly for kind of club. It's not even a competitive match.
To test other players.
We just want let us test some other players. Like you have Desas, you have David Okeke, you have some other players. That wants to showcase what they can do for the Super Eagles. So why don't you test them? Why must you use Victor Osimhen? He has played many games for the Super Eagles this year so far. So I don't think that it's going to be a good one if we should just watching. Remember that he's a pivotal player, not only for Super Eagles but also for Napoli. So if you risk him and then he gets injured again or his injury surfaces, then what will happen to Napoli? You have ended up putting the team inside. And you know Napoli are this team that.
Remember the last time that when we were going for AFCON and Napoli refused to release Victor Osimhen because of the cheekbone that he broke and he went on surgery and all that. This is another case that might just happen again.
Well, I feel that Napoli knows the importance of Victor Osimhen. I remember when Victor Osimhen was out injured last season, towards the end of last season, Napoli really suffered some setback because before then, they were at least top of the league. And that was in January this year. They were top of the league. Then before, when Napoli, Victor Osimhen went with that injury, they ended up losing some matches. And then, before you know, AC Milan took over and that was it. That was AC Milan won the league. So it's gonna they understand the importance of the player. He's a quality player. He's someone who can. You saw what he did against Liverpool.
Definitely.
Van Dijk didn't have it so good.
He didn't have it.
Joe Gomez didn't have it so good on that night. So it's gonna be I don't think that Napoli are even planning to even release Victor Osimhen. It's gonna let's just make do with our players. And after it's a friendly, we are not even playing. Algeria themselves are not even going to the World Cup. So it's gonna be two nations not going to the World Cup, trying to test other players to prepare ahead. So let us prepare ahead. Let us go focus on, let's say, players
who are already starters in the team.
Who already first team players. Let us use other players to see what the quality they can bring into that team.
Well, let us see how we do go. And Jamilu Collins, Umar Sadiq, Kenneth Omeru, Akinwumi Amo, and Semilogo Ajayi, together with Victor Osimhen, are all out on injuries at this point for the Super. You're now talking about our players representing their countries quickly. The UEFA Nations League will soon resume, and Victor and Ousmane Dembele, Olivier Giroud have already been called to the team due to their good performances. And the surprise one is England were able to give Ivan Toney his first call-up to the England national team. Ivan Toney has been exceptional. He has been fantastic for Brentford.
Well, to be sincere, I'm a Manchester United fan, but I will say this. Ivan Toney ahead of Gabriel Jesus, calling Ivan Toney and then jumping Gabriel Jesus.
No, Gabriel Jesus is for the Brazilian batch, for the Brazilian team. But we're talking of Ivan Toney at this point. He has been able to stand his ground in Brentford, saying that I am a star player and I need to do everything needed to make sure that I represent England.
This United is Ivan Toney has. I think in the last game he scored two goals.
Yes, he was able to get two against Leeds.
He scored a sublime free kick against Leeds. So he has been tremendous.
He scored against Southampton. They were able to.
You know what about him? He and let's say this other player, Mbeumo. That have been so let's say a torment. When it comes to the Brentford side, I really carry that team on their shoulders. So good one for him. At least he can give Kane a run for his money and give likes of Vardy, because to me, Vardy has not been so spectacular this season.
But he hasn't had it easy.
Kane is just trying to get his form back. So if Anthony comes to damage, and then you have likes of Tammy Abraham, who is doing well at Roma, and then you have Tony, you have Kane, and then you have Vardy. You also have some other strikers who can come in to showcase what they can do. I think England are ready for the World Cup.
England are ready. I wouldn't be too quick to judge the English national, because Southgate will keep having problems even when the World Cup starts. But let us see how that is going to go down quickly. Switching over to the European scene this morning, Ben Foster has announced his retirement from football despite offer from Newcastle. Ben Foster was a Watford goalkeeper because he left the club as a free agent, and he was a free agent until when Newcastle came to him saying they wanted to sign him, but he declined, and that was what made Newcastle go for Loris Karius, former Liverpool goalkeeper. But now Ben Foster has called it a quit, that he is no longer going to be playing professional football. He has announced his retirement. Ben Foster was able to make 223 appearances in all competition for West Brom before spending 4 seasons at Vicarage Road for Watford. So that is how it happened. He was able to join Watford, who achieved promotion to the Premier League in 2006. He was saying that at this age, he doesn't see himself moving from Watford and going over to Newcastle in an apartment in Newcastle all by himself, when he knows he will be away from his family. So he says that he hopes Newcastle were able to understand that he is at an age where he should be more with his family. So he said he will call it a quit in the game of football.
Well, for me, I think when Foster calling is quit in the world of football currently, I feel it's too early because
39 years old is too early.
39.
When everybody, we
have seen goalkeepers reach 40.
Everybody has their body, the way their body is built.
Yeah.
You know that part. So when you know your body is built in this way, you don't need to force it. We just talked about Roger Federer, 41. He has called it a quit. Giuliano Buffon is currently in Parma at this point. He's just playing whenever he feels like he keeps. You understand? There's a point you reach, you'll be like, my body can't take it. I'm forcing myself. You understand that? So let us see that is what Ben Foster told himself.
Well, Ben Foster was a tremendous goalkeeper at 12 zone, but the issue was that he had some miserable errors.
Good and fine, yes. He was
after James of England, the former Portsmouth goalkeeper. The next goalkeeper that at least committed a lot of blunders in the Premier League was Ben Foster, because we saw it in his time at West Brom, and even when he was at Watford, he did a lot of blunders. Even I think the most current one I did that I can still remember was against Man City.
Yes.
When he did that error, was it against Riyad Mahrez or one other player, maybe Aguero? He was trying to control the ball, and then he slipped, and then Aguero was able to score an empty net. So it was really a good one for him. Saying yes, I can't take it any longer.
He's not saying I can't take it any longer. He felt it is time for him to just say goodbye.
Well, he's still saying I can't take it any longer. But I'm saying that yes, the rigors of jumping in the air, trying to save ball from entering the net, or maybe receiving some punches, some boot kick from players. I think my body system cannot accept them again. Let me just call it quits. I think he has done well in the world of football. He might not have been that prestigious goalkeeper when it comes to the likes of Buffon, the likes of Van der Sar, the likes of but at least he has shown that yes, he is that goalkeeper that at least makes some great saves. But the only thing I felt was missing in his enviable career was that he didn't win a lot of trophies. In fact, I can't recall when he won any trophy.
Not everyone will win trophies.
But the joy of every player, and that is what I've always had against Kane. Kane is a very tremendous player. I feel that he's going to regret it when he finally retires. He's going to regret not winning a trophy.
Well, let us see how it go, because Tottenham are just starting their season and everything is still open for them. Ben Foster, a very, very fine performance during your footballing days. Calling it a quit, we definitely say a very good one from you. Now, switching over, Sancho and Ronaldo were on target for Manchester United as the East Pass Sheriff. 2-0 in that encounter. They were able to get a vital win, and now they are on 3 points. We're getting their first win in the UEFA Europa League. Currently, the Sociedad were able to win their encounter yesterday as well, 2-1. But now Ronaldo was able to score his 699th goal in his club career and his first goal of the season.
Well, good one for Manchester United. I feel that Ronaldo scoring that penalty will be a moral boost. I will not be surprised if maybe the next Premier League game again, the Manchester United we're going to score at least a brace or maybe a goal. Because one thing about Ronaldo is that once he wants to start scoring, it does not end. It keeps on let's say maintaining that momentum. As a fan of United, I'm so happy at least he was able to score that penalty, because let's not forget that in the first match against against Sada, he was able to score, but it was do that for an offside. And then now coming to score that penalty, I feel that Ronaldo just began his season. He has not scored since the beginning of this season, and I feel that penalty is going to be an open gate for more goals to come. Good for United yesterday. They were able to secure that victory against Sheriff yesterday. And then, let's say now this is that are currently on 6 points, and then you have Manchester United on 3 points. So I always say it's going to be Real Sociedad and Manchester United. I don't know the order. It might be Real Sociedad topping the league and topping the table, and then United coming second, whichever the case may be. But I don't know that both teams are going to qualify from that group. And then you also saw in the Europa, we also saw the likes of Roma winning 3-0 and some other team. But the shocking result for me, I'll call it shocking because it was against I think
Midtjylland defeating Lazio 5-1.
Well, Lazio was not. Will I say it was not so surprising for me, because I feel that Lazio have not been so in good form this season. But my surprise factor will be the one against Istanbul and Fiorentina. Fiorentina losing that game, I didn't see it come because Istanbul, in fact, many points feel like going to be a walk in the park for Fiorentina, and then going on to lose that game against Istanbul, 3-0. Even receiving a red card in that match. It was so, let's say, it was so bad for them. So, and good one for this African player, Traore, let's say the Burkina Faso player. He was really a torment for the Fiorentina defense. So good. I really enjoyed the Europa League games yesterday. It was tremendous.
Well, let us see how it is going to go down. Gavi signs new Barcelona contract. He has already renewed up until 2026, and he has a release clause of 1 billion euros. So Gavi is here to stay. Nobody is buying Gavi out of Barcelona. We saw some matches that were played across the globe yesterday. In the UEFA Europa League, Quarterback defeated Nantes 3-0. Trabzonspor defeated Red Star Belgrade 2-1. Manchester United defeated Sheriff 2-0. Sancho and Ronaldo on the score. Real Sociedad defeated Omonia Nicosia 2-1. Olympiacos lost to Freiburg 3-0, which was a very surprising result. Federer were able to defeat Monaco 1-0. Feyenoord defeated Storm by 6-0. Magicland defeated Lazio 5-1 was a big shocker yesterday. Union SG defeated Malmo 3-2. Braga defeated Union Berlin by a lone goal to nil. AS Roma defeated AJK Helsinki 3-0. Rene and Fenerbahce played a 2-2 draw. Real Betis won Ludogorets 3-2. Larnaca defeated Dynamo Kiev by a lone goal to nil. And Bodo de Glimt defeated Zurich by 2-1. In the Europa Conference League, West Ham were able to win their encounter 3-1 in that very, very well. Quickly, today is Friday. We will be seeing matches come back. The Premier League has finally returned after the burial of the Queen and everything that went with it. So quickly, Nottingham Forest will take on Fulham by 8 p.m. today. Nottingham Forest are still trying to blend the team after signing 21 players in the summer transfer window.
I think this is a good test for Nottingham, at least that they've been able to, like, now they now have, let's say, a team that's at their level. So, but Fulham has been so tremendous this season that they'll be doing well with likes of Mitrovic.
He's the second highest goal scorer now in the Premier League.
He has been so spectacular, and I feel that now Mitrovic coming up against Taiwo Awoniyi, it's going to be, I think it's going to be a cracker. But I don't want to be sentimental here, but I feel Fulham has enough quality to secure that day.
I will go for Nottingham Forest winning that encounter. 3-1 is what this encounter is going to be for me in favor of Nottingham Forest by 8 p.m. Aston Villa will take on Southampton by 8 p.m. What is your take?
Well, I feel it's going to be Aston Villa also, because I feel that one thing about Aston Villa is that they know how to defeat when they call small teams. They are fellow small teams, so it's going to be Aston Villa also.
Southampton is not a small team.
Well, for me, it's not. They are a small team when it comes to let's say the Premier League. You can't rate them in likes of Tottenham or let's say Tottenham or Everton. Tottenham and Everton are way beyond Southampton. So before you get them, you want to count the likes of let's say Aston Villa. You want to likes of Aston Villa and some other teams like Nottingham Forest.
Wolves, you can call Wolves are also giant killers. Wolves are also giant killers.
It's going to be Aston Villa or two.
Aston Villa or two. Southampton will win Aston Villa tonight by 3-0 from my own perspective, because Aston Villa are currently not in the best of shape, but Southampton under Hollisman in this new season, their coach has been able to at least notice his errors. He has been able to get those much in them. Do not forget, he was able to defeat Chelsea 2-1 in their encounter. That encounter. So Aston Villa have not had it easy, despite drawing matches as a 1-1 before the whole Premier League was suspended last weekend. But I see Southampton edging out in this encounter over Aston Villa by 8 p.m. Make sure you catch that encounter. In the German Bundesliga, Mainz will take on Hertha Berlin by 7:30 p.m. Austria will take on Lorient by 8 p.m. And in the Italian Serie A, Salernitana will take on Lecce by 7:45 p.m. And in La Liga Santander, Real Valladolid will take on Cadiz by 8 p.m. Cadiz lost their last encounter to Barcelona 4-0, if I'm not mistaken. And in that encounter, there was a scare where we saw a fan suffer from heart problem, and the game had to be paused. But to the glory of God, we were able to see that the patient was being able to he had good first aid treatment, and he was able to get his life resuscitated back and immediately rushed to the hospital. But now, looking at Cadiz coming in from that 4-0 loss to Barcelona, what do you expect when they take on Valladolid tonight by 8 p.m.?
Well, I feel that Cadiz has not really done so well when it comes to the La Liga this season. So going away to Valladolid, who has at least, let's say, not been so stable, that have been here and there.
Both teams have not been stable.
Now I'm saying that, but I feel that Valladolid has been, let's say, above Cadiz this season. So I would like to sit on the fence. Maybe maybe a draw will be good for both teams.
A draw. Let us see how that is going to go down. Serie A. Quickly, La Liga, Valladolid, Cadiz by 8 p.m. Salernitana, Lecce, 7:45 p.m. Osre, Lorient by 8 p.m. Mainz 05 will take on Hertha Berlin by 7:30 p.m. Aston Villa will take on Southampton by 8 p.m. Nottingham Forest will take on Fulham by 8 p.m. Those are the encounters to come your way today. 0815-1017-777 or 090-7112-1017. Let me get to hear your reactions this morning. Do you think Emmanuel Amunike will be able to do well as Sanako's head coach, as they've just finally appointed our very own legend in the game? Hello, good morning to you. Hello, good morning to you. Good morning to you.
Good morning, welcome.
You're welcome.
I want to thank our president for awarding our athlete that honorable reward.
Yes.
I pray this is the most important work. We appreciate what they do, but what they do, they know sport. What do they another one that I want to thank God for the fact that happened with my son.
Thank you very much for your contribution this morning. We really, really appreciate your contribution this morning. 0815-1017-777 or 090-7112-1017. If you are watching us live on Facebook, you can also drop your messages this morning. Hello, good morning to you. Good morning to you.
Good morning, welcome.
I wish Amulet a good luck in his new job in the Zambian League in Ghana. He will succeed. He did it in Tanzania as traditional team coach. For our match against Algeria, it is not a competitive match. And also for Osimhen as a good striker. Therefore, bringing him to what I would call a death match is unnecessary. Libyan coach should send other players in this match. Of Mario.
No problem. Thank you very much for your contribution this morning. It says the dry bones have begun to rise. Daniel Praise on Facebook. Good morning, man and Benjamin. How are you guys doing today? We are doing very great. I am happy for Manchester United's win yesterday. I have a question for you guys. Why did Southgate refuse to include Sancho for the international break? To my surprise, Mount and Grealish are making the list. We should note that Sancho has more goals and goal contributions than these two players. I think it is very partial from Southgate. Quickly answer the question.
Let me answer this. I really understand the point it's coming from, because I don't know why Grealish or Mount you make that list where Sancho should be dropped, because you find out that Grealish have not really even justified that 100 million pounds he was signed for Man City, and then you have Mount who have been playing, let's say, not playing so good this season. So I don't know why, but I feel that maybe the coach, let's not forget that this is just a pre World Cup list. Maybe when the World Cup list is given and brought out, Sancho, I feel he's going to make that list. This just please, the texter, please. This is not the final list. It's just a World Cup place, and then you can't make all players when it comes to friendly matches. You need to drop some players. So that does not mean that maybe he does not have the mind of maybe does not have Sancho in mind. I feel that Sancho is going to come in good later in the list.
Let us see how it will go down. Everybody has a problem with Grealish making the list because they feel Grealish doesn't perform to that extent. But they call some persons even call him the second Beckham because you see there's nothing fantastic about Grealish, but he always gets that recognition that other players are supposed to be getting. No problem. Hello, good morning to you.
Benjamin. Good morning. Welcome.
How are you faring in the studio this morning?
We are doing well.
Yeah, I can hear you from your voice.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, keep talking. This is Obio Akitokibi. I'm calling from Moparo.
You're welcome.
You see, that's our guy. We make a good coach.
Emmanuel Amunike.
Yes, you must make a good coach in that country because all the sojourn and the flight has been successful. I think this will not be the exception. I will make a good coach. And maybe when he comes back, he will set up the job of Super Idol and the practicing our hope in football matters. And coming to NFL, I think it is our turn. I am from here. It is my turn. We will not play any part in this election. Let the round space be put in a round hole so that our football matters will move forward. Not trying to politicize it. If it is politicized, you see our unbecoming and our misfortune. The Super Eagles did not qualify for the World Cup. The China fell to Ghana the second time, and everything about football is not moving forward. So we need the district and a person who can move our football forward. Thank you, and this is just to be for
no problem. Thank you very much for your contribution this morning. The hype around the surrounding the forthcoming NFL presidential election is too much. Ado about nothing. Don't expect a credible and competent leader to emerge as a president because of the mindset and ways of doing things. Roger Federer bowing out of professional tennis competition is a welcome development. I wish him the best of luck in his future endeavors. Congrats to Amunike on his appointment as head coach of Zambia's Zaneco FC. I believe that he will perform incredible feats for the team. He will perform incredible feats for the club. Also, NC Dawa from Aaron Disogo. Thank you so very much for your contribution this morning.
We have a test on Facebook. He says his name is Salah. He says, good day guys in the studio. My name is Shiboy. I'm testing from Ekulobia. Please, did England call any Liverpool player? Chelsea, 2 coaches, 1 point, and I'm trying to get the message. Okay, please, did England call any Liverpool player? Chelsea, 2 coaches. Okay, they don't rest now. They escaped to collect trashing for Liverpool this week. They know how it's okay. Maybe it's time to throw a banter that Chelsea are going to surely lose against Liverpool this week. So I pray is the case.
The thing is that fixture has been cancelled at this point. Chelsea versus Liverpool would not be holding this weekend, but tomorrow we'll be giving you a round of matches that have to come your way. But remember that today, Nottingham Forest takes on Fulham by 8 p.m. Aston Villa takes on Southampton by 8 p.m. as well, and other matches that I listed out earlier on. Quickly, Benjamin, your last words this morning, as we call it.
Well, my last word will still be anchored on the NFF election. I just feel that, like last caller said, please, we should go everything politics out of the election, because once we do that, we end up voting in the wrong persons, the wrong people into power. And once we vote the wrong people into power, you see us, the fans, or we see us, the administrators, or Nigerians as a whole, that will still suffer the heartbreak. You see, for me, I've not gotten the heartbreak over the heartbreak that Nigeria will not be at the World Cup, because it's so painful when you listen to other people's anthem. You don't listen to your own country's anthem, and then you end up being forced, because World Cup is something that unites everybody, whether your country is there or not. You are going to enjoy the football tournament, but it would have been a better thing if Nigeria had played. At least let us be there. Even if it's in group stage, we go ahead. At least we were featured. We listen to our at least played 3 times maybe in the group stage. So it's going to be a painful. And then the China Eagles not being there. Remember, Ghana has stopped us. So and now currently on social media they're having the bragging right that yes, even if they play us again next time, they will still win us again. So and I feel that it's like Nigeria are gradually let's say Nigerian football is gradually going down. The African giants are gradually becoming dwarf. So we need to at least get people who can at least give us that bragging right. So whenever we are, other countries will be scared.
Oh, definitely. Let us see how that will go down. Remember to keep staying sporting. Enjoy everything that today has got to offer for you because it is a very, very bad. Benjamin, thank you for doing this with me. Tomorrow we are still going to make a return for the weekend edition of the program. Remember, keep it logged on to Omega 101.7 FM and radio, your own radio. I remain Mona, your host, signing out.
Tomorrow,